Hello, everyone. Thanks so much for stopping by for Message from Spirit. As you know, I'm Medium J Lane, and I'm really, really happy that you're here today to listen to this message from Spirit because I have to tell you, the lady that comes through today is very, very adamant that I had to, get this message out, especially with the difficulties that her daughter's been going through for the last little while. Now, this woman here claims that she passed away, or the way she shows me is a brain aneurysm. I believe that she died approximately 7 years ago, and she does make me feel she died rather suddenly, so I believe she passed away at home. She does make me feel that she left behind three children, two males and a female. But at the time that she passed away, her daughter was going through some very, very difficult separation issues. So she was going through a separation with her husband or with a loved one, perhaps someone she was living with, but that there was a lot of domestic abuse around this. The mother makes me feel that she wasn't aware of this until after she passed away, and that her daughter asked very, very clearly for her mother's help from the other side, or that she would, try to have a conversation with her deceased mother over the problems that she had with this relationship with this male, who I think I'm going to call Derek, because I feel like it's either Eric or Derek. Now, the mother makes me feel that her daughter did separate 3 to 4 months after her passing. And of course, this is 7 years ago. She doesn't really give me any dates as to the months or the days that she passed. But she makes me feel that her daughter fell into the same type of pattern or the same type of little issue where, she had been single for a little while, met up with someone else, and got into the same type of situation where it's a very, very controlling relationship, or a relationship where there's extreme codependency. And so I almost get the sense that the male is verbally abusive, or domestically there's some problems. The mother makes me feel that the daughter's now starting to ask again for some guidance or for some signs from her mother as to what she should do with this relationship. But I'm going to be very, very honest. I don't think that you're getting the signs that you're looking for, or I don't think that you have the ability to pick up on the signs your mother from the other side is trying to give you. Now, the mother does not make me feel that she's concerned about her daughter in terms of worry. She does make me feel that her daughter's going through a difficult time, but spirit on the other side is not human anymore. So it's a little bit of a different perception if we're thinking about people that are here humanly. And so if I had a daughter that was going through a separation, of course, I would feel bad. I would feel, that I would have to support my daughter and her emotional, state, or, just be some kind of support. When we have loved ones that are gone, it's very, very difficult to get the same support system. But when we're asking for spirit, we're not getting the signs that we want. We can tend to get very, very discouraged. And spirit works in very, very strange ways. If you're not able to hear them, they'll bring people and situations around us that we can physically hear, or that we can actually obtain some assistance or some help with getting through these difficult times. Now, this mother's very, very adamant about telling her daughter that yes, she's on the right track, and that if she were to separate from this issue, that there would be better things to come along. But I get the sense that her daughter's so discouraged that she feels that she's the one to blame, and that every single relationship that comes to her has had some kind of issue, or some kind of, you know, I would say, when someone is so attached to you that they can't let you go. So like codependency problems. Example, if this woman is in a relationship and she's having difficulty with a boyfriend, the boyfriend's either doing drive-bys or calling or constantly getting into this person's space. The mother does make me feel that her daughter has to get some help in trying to get this situation rectified. She makes me feel that her daughter is being victimized somehow by repeated attacks, verbal abuse on the telephone, or leaving nasty messages on her answering machine. She makes me feel that her daughter is very, very alone in this battle, but she has two brothers, and she hasn't talked to the two brothers because she's afraid that the brothers may react a little bit like brothers would, and get very angry and deal with it in their own way. So I think my message here for you today, and I'm going to tell you that you went out with an Eric or a Derek. This was in the past. It's a new relationship that come forward not long ago, which has the same patterns of abuse or the same patterns of codependency. Your mother just makes you feel that you're not hearing her, and that you're not able to feel what it is that she's saying. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to get this message out to you in the right way. She makes me feel that you really have to call the crisis center, or you have to call and reach out to someone. I believe the hospital systems, and I don't know who I'm speaking with because I don't know if this is locally speaking or someone that's out of town. But here locally, let's say, I'm from Sudbury, Ontario, we would have resources, where we would call a crisis center, or we could go to the hospital and someone there would be able to refer us out to the appropriate people that we need to reach out to make things better. We have a crisis center for women, we have the YWCA, we have so many different resources. But they make me feel that this young lady is just not reaching out to the appropriate channels, and that she's trying to fight this battle alone. And sometimes, if you can't beat them, join them. So the mother that's passed away makes me feel that her daughter is now kind of given up and has decided to just sort of like stay in this situation because she can't seem to get away from this male who's really, really being nasty, and I feel victimized. I feel like I can't do anything. It's easier for me to stay in this relationship, let's say, than to leave. So the mother makes me feel that if she reaches out, she is going to get the help that she needs to be able to make the proper decisions to A, keep herself safe, and B, to be able to get the strength and to take her power back so that she could leave this very, very volatile situation. She makes me feel that there could be some impending danger or maybe some physical violence, forthcoming, because I do feel this man has a little bit of a drinking habit, or he does drugs. Now, I don't know what the mother's name is. They're not giving me anything to do with that. They're not giving me the daughter's name. All they're telling me is that this woman that passed away with this brain aneurysm approximately 7 years ago would have had 2 males, 2 sons, and a daughter. I believe the daughter's the youngest one. I do believe that she lives rurally or outskirts, sort of like on the outskirts, or closer to fields or bushes. I don't really feel that she lives in a huge residential area, and I almost feel like she's trapped in a situation where, perhaps the boyfriend or the husband has a vehicle, but she stays at home and she's not able to get out or get around or get out to other, other places that she needs to be able to get herself some help to be able to leave this situation. So I'm going to ask you that if this is your mother, and if you've been asking for some help and you've been asking for some support, Spirit works in very, very strange ways. And I want you to know that you do have the support of people here that love you very much, and that you shouldn't be so embarrassed about the fact that you're being verbally abused. So many people stay quiet about these types of issues, but I have to tell you that you really, really need to get out there, and you need to save yourself, and you need to find your strength, because your mother loves you very much. And it's not that she's feeling bad to the other side, because Spirit on the other side really doesn't have the same emotional aspect as we would have here. They're not tied. It's like my mother. If my mother was here physically, she'd be very angry with the person doing this to me, let's say. But my mother in spirit on the other side would not be able to have the same type of emotional aspect to what she's feeling. She's no longer human. So as much as they care and love us, they know that we have to learn the lessons here on this earthly plane. But I'm looking for the support system here for this poor young woman, because I really feel that she has such a beautiful and bright future ahead of her, but she's thinking and carrying the burden of being a bad person or a bad spouse or a bad partner, where in fact she's actually being abused and victimized by someone with, someone that's really taking advantage of her kindness and her goodness, because they're having their own issues and they're having their own little insecurities, and of course taking it out on this poor woman. So I need to tell you that there is help. If you call and you ask for help, I believe that you're going to get all the support that you need to be able to take control of the situation, so that you can make an informed decision as to what you need to do for yourself. If you have children, you're teaching your children to tolerate this type of behavior. So I hope that you don't have children. But I need to tell you that your mother loves you very much. She couldn't say goodbye to you, but she feels bad for passing away so quickly and leaving you behind in your first very terrible situation with the separation, maybe 3 to 4 months afterwards. But she comes back to tell you that this behavior really needs to stop, and she really thinks that that you need the support and you need the love and the help of other people, and that you need to really trust your heart and to reach out a little bit. And I hope And I pray that you're going to do this for yourself. This message can also apply to other people. And just, just to let you know that although I'm targeting one person that I believe really needs to hear this message today, but sometimes, just to let you know, Spirit does work in very, very mysterious ways, and sometimes this message can be just simply intended for yourself as well. Anyways, I'm going to leave you with that, and I'm sorry I don't have very much more detail than that, but I really needed to get this message across. And I want to thank you so much for taking the time, for sharing these messages and passing them along, because, if I can make one person smile or heal one heart, then many can heal from that experience. So thank you so much for joining me today for Message from Spirit. I love you so much, and thank you for your support and your just thank you for everything. I appreciate all of you, every single one of you. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye.